Today I'm going to be doing the setup on this new fishing rod and reel combo set that I recently got. Now this set actually comes with the string for both of the rods and reels, the two reels. So it comes with two reels, comes with two telescoping rods, and then comes with some different rubber lures and hooks and that sort of a thing. So I'm going to be going ahead and setting up one of these, showing you exactly what the process looks like for that, how difficult it is, that sort of a thing. So let's go ahead and get to that. Now if you go ahead and get one of these out of the package, I'm just going to go ahead and take off this top part right here. So it's just kind of strapped on. You just kind of take that off and then pop it all the way off. If you're not planning on using the telescoping regularly, then you can just kind of throw that away. But if you want to, it really is nice to kind of hold this top part of this into place. So then after you do that, then I'm just going to go ahead and take and I'm just going to telescope out each one of these parts. Obviously, you want to make sure that all of those are facing the exact same way as you go ahead and telescope it out. Just make sure they're all facing the same way. If not, it's not the end of the world. You can easily just kind of push on it a little bit just to get it to go back, turn it until it's the right one, and then just pull out again. You can see here I actually kind of halfway through kind of messed it up. So I'm just going to turn that a little bit, and make sure that these are all lined up. So that is an issue with any telescoping rod, is that you're going to have to make sure you line up those eyelets every single time when you're going ahead and setting it up for the first time, or if you're constantly opening and closing it, you have to do that every single time you go out fishing. Once you do that, then the next step is you're going to go ahead and connect the reel itself to the rod. So I'm going to pull the reel out of the plastic here. For this one, I'm just going to go ahead and take it, and it's just going to kind of slide right up inside of here. And then once that's in place, kind of bent it a little bit. Once that's in place, then you're going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to go ahead and screw this up to get it to go into place at the top of the rod itself. So I'm just going to take and I'm just going to tighten that down, and then that should be secure in there. Now this part here, depending on if you've already got it out or if you moved it or not, might be down like this. Then you're just going to need to take and just kind of pop it up there like that. Now, depending on if you'd like it to turn like this or like it to turn the other way, you can also swap this. So that makes it lock, so it's only going to turn the one way. If you want it to go the other way, then you can do that, and now it will turn both ways. So that's just something to keep in mind. You can easily turn it, this little switch right here, and now it's only going to turn backwards like so. If you do it like that, then it will turn backwards and also turn forwards. Now when inserting that into the rod, I actually did break off a tiny little piece here. So you will need to be careful when pushing that up in there. It still has plenty, it still goes up a good ways, I think another 1/4 inch or so up until about there. So I think it should stay in place, especially with that top part there pushing up on it. So I believe it'll stay in place, but just something you want to keep in mind. You want to make sure not to pull out on the reel when pushing it into place. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put the line onto the spool itself. So to be able to do that, what I'm going to need to do is I'm just going to tie a knot essentially around this here, and then I'm just going to slowly reel it in and get the line off the spool here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now that I get the line onto the reel, the next thing I'm going to do is going to pick out a hook and pick out a lure to test this out with. Now that I got that onto the line, let's head out to the water and see if we can catch anything with this new rod and reel combo. So I'm out here by my pond. Let's go ahead and cast this sucker out. One last thing I did want to mention is that the casting on this is going to be different than like a closed traditional rod and reel combo. So in regards to casting, you are going to need to like hold this up with the finger and then flip your bail open and then cast it out. And that does take a bit of practice to get right. So if you're brand new to fishing or even brand new to this sort of open-faced reel, is what they can commonly be called, or spin, I think they're called spin casters as well. So if you're newer to them, like I am, like I'm relatively new to this sort of one, then give yourself some time. You're gonna cause some tangles, you're gonna cause that sort of thing. But to cast it out, you are gonna wanna hold it with one finger up like this. So you're gonna wanna move your bailer over, and then you're gonna grab one finger here, just kind of hold that up there, and then open this up and then cast it out. And it takes practice to figure out, how you move your finger and how to have the actual line on your finger and that sort of thing to be able to get a good cast on it. So give yourself some time to learn that. If this is for a younger child, maybe even a teenager who hasn't really done fishing much, you're probably better off getting a traditional rod and reel, not the open-faced one like this one is. But overall, definitely a really nice looking option and should hopefully catch some fish with it.